Hi, Tim from Fair Play now, and it's Friday 19th of February, and just finished up a couple of little jobs today. The first one was installing a new integrated dishwasher, which was an absolute pig, and then sorting the sort of a broken light out, sort of putting in a new switch and lights here. That was fine, but the reason why I'm sort of on here now to talk for a little while is I've noticed there's more and more people wearing masks as you go into their houses as a tradesman, and I've even noticed tradesmen themselves wearing masks when they go into people's houses. In fact, as I was pulling out on my own road this morning, there's a plumber arriving at a neighbour's, and I noticed he had his mask on. And I don't know how you're supposed to do it, how you're supposed to do sort of manual physical labour wearing a mask. I mean, it might be one thing just sitting there in a sort of checkout, Tesco's checkout, wearing a mask, although even that's blimmin' horrible. But you can't be expected to wear a mask all day long, every day, doing a physical work like this. So I haven't been, and luckily so far not really many people have kind of expected me to put a mask on. They might have put a mask on, and other people might go into their houses with a mask on, but no one's really said. Well, I did have this one lady, but you could tell she was kind of the neurotic type. But the first job, the dishwasher job that I went to this morning, the lady there said, "Oh, are you going to put a mask on?" And I said, no, I don't really do the mask thing, I'm afraid. And so I was fully expecting to be sort of kicked out, although luckily I was able to sort of do the job. And I just said I'm happy to do the social distancing thing. We keep our sort of 2 meters apart, because after all, that's all you had to do up till sort of just a few weeks ago, really, or a couple of months ago. So I can't see why it should be any different now. But anyway, I did that job. I'm just wondering if things are going to start getting to the stage where more and more people are going to expect me to wear a mask, and I'm going to start getting kicked off jobs and all that sort of thing. So yeah, things could start getting more difficult. But one thing this lady said when she was asking me all that, she just said, "Oh, we're just so frightened about this whole situation. We're so frightened by it. That's why we're asking for you to wear a mask." And I just said, well, I'm the other way around. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm more worried about how draconian the government's getting. I'm not sort of worried about the actual sort of virus. And I kind of just thought, to be honest with you, if you didn't listen to the BBC every day and to the government every day, you probably wouldn't be as frightened either. But obviously I didn't say that to them. Coming out of that kind of thing is just a total non-starter. Coming out with facts and figures is a non-starter. I saw an interesting video a few days ago. If I can find it again in my sort of YouTube watch history, I might sort of put a link to it in the description or the comment section below. But it's very interesting. He was saying you can't just give people sort of facts and figures, which kind of ties in with some training I had many years ago. And I've done sort of quite a lot of marketing training, sales training, both in previous kind of careers I've had, and also getting this business up and running. I did a couple of courses, and in one of them it says when you're trying to sell something, people always buy for an emotional reason, and then they justify their purchasing decision with a logical reason. And if you think about that, it's it's quite true, because I take buying a car, you know, if people just bought cars purely on logic, nobody would be driving much more than I don't know, a Ford Mondeo estate, because that's that's all the car you'd ever really need from a logical point of view. No one would ever sell Ferraris or BMWs or Mercs or anything like that, unless people bought on emotion. That sort of, feel good feeling. I sort of love having a Mercedes, it makes me feel so good. That's the feeling behind it, and then they justify the purchase decision with the logic once they've decided to get the Mercedes by saying, it's also pretty good on fuel and it's got very good safety, blah blah blah, etc. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because if you're going to sort of dissuade people out of this whole sort of nonsensical situation we find ourselves in, you can't do it just on logic alone, facts and figures. Do you realise that the holes in masks are actually way bigger than virus particles? That's like a mosquito flying through a chain link fence. Well, people aren't going to listen to that because that's logic. You've got to sort of appeal to them on their emotional side first, and then justify that by logic, just as I've explained how you do when you're trying to sell something. Quite how you do that, I don't know. In this video that I saw, and I really will try and find it and sort of post the link below, he was actually coming up with some good strategies as to how you can start trying to persuade people out of their current beliefs, which is kind of putting us into all this horrible situation that we find ourselves in. So just a few little thoughts there for today. I'll try and get another video up over the weekend, I think, because I've got a few things to talk about now and to discuss. But for now, I'll leave it there. So it's Tim from Fair Play now. Thanks for watching.